Alright, welcome back to the channel, New Edge Logistics. Quick episode of the realistic economy. We have an update and it's somewhat unfortunate. So, there was an update to the beta version, which I wanted to try out. The problem with that is I did not know it, but I did not from the beginning install the mod correctly. It has to be installed before you start the profile. You can't start the profile and then add it before your first load. That's not how it works. I did not do that, so some things were not adding up right. And the update in a certain position will cause it to break. So we're not going to mess with any of that because we know from the get-go that the profile has to be brand new and you have to act the mod prior to launching the profile. So that's what I've just done with 75 other mods. We are now choosing our headquarter location. So I'm thinking about where to go. I want to stay out of California. Kind of over these two states from the initial gameplay. I'm really thinking Texas. I almost thought about starting up north, but it's like, where would I want to start? Missoula, Great Falls, Helena. I mean, Seattle or Olympia wouldn't be bad, but I think we're going to start with Houston. And we'll be able to deliver to some of these littler cities. That for bigger cities nearby, it gives us Lufkin and Beaumont and Austin. So I think we'll start in Houston, Texas. We do not need the walkthrough. Now I will do this one quick load because it is kind of late when I'm filming this, and then I'll get it uploaded and try to get some miles broken this week. But here we are, Houston, Texas. Like I said, I love the detail SES put into American Truck Sim. They have 100% knocked it out of the park, and I cannot wait for the 3 states that are coming this year. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit enter. Okay. Okay, so we're going to deliver a pressure tank to Western Metal Recycling Dock in Beaumont. And I will have to update a couple buttons, but that shouldn't take but a minute. So what we'll do, yeah, we already did that. Options, buttons. Let's see, for now, let's see, engine brake. I want that button for engine brake. I'm not going to worry about start stop at the moment. Kind of just looking for the big ones. I know turn signals, left turn indicator, right turn indicator, horn, air horn, and then next big one would be cruise control. Wipers back, trip info reset, I'm fine with that, yada yada yada. Don't know how to get in and out of the truck yet, I have to figure that out. Okay, that all should work. And Tobii Eye Tracker. Dynamic. And I got a feeling let's see, I do not remember. There we go. I think that is it. And then we'll come to gameplay. There's a couple things we have to check here. Per job factor's fine. Let's see. Parking difficulty, always select. That means we'll always pick it. Rain probability, I kind of put in the 20s. Random road events and detours, I don't really mess with those. 50% detours, oof. Crank that down to 35. Let's see, time zones, we want full info. Let's see. Stability, stability, stiffness, speed limiter, automatic retarder, realistic fuel consumption we want. Air brake simulation. And that should be good for now. Yes, we know. So now we should be able to, it should be good to drive now. So what we'll do, lower our seat down. 6.5 feet tall, we don't need the seat all the way up there. Alright, so this is a 51-mile drive. It'll go by really fast. Let's see. Make sure we don't get hit by one of those cranes. There we go. Thought there was a pole there. Yeah, there was. Okay, we're good. I did not see it in my mirror, so. Anyways. Okay, we look good. Again, it's kind of an unfortunate setback having to restart, but I think I kind of said before you'll have that with a beta mod. This mod is not released yet. It's got kinks. It's got issues. The biggest issue was the way I installed it from the get-go. That's really what screwed with it. I feel like had it been installed correctly, it would have been fine. I'm probably going to be the only one to have this issue, so it makes perfect sense. Not a big deal though. It is currently like 20 till 1 on a Monday morning. So what I'm gonna do is we will deliver this load in the morning before I go to work. I will start getting the upload going, and it should process mid-afternoon, I assume. So another checkpoint. I will say some news got delivered about the GDC mod today from the developer, and I don't really want to spoil it for anyone that is looking forward to using the mod when it's released, or is currently using the older version of the mod. It's going to get really good. There's some different partners coming on board. They're really going to change this up, and it's going to be an amazing mod. A lot of realistic features, so lots of good things to come. So I'm really happy with the mod. Sucks that we gotta start over, but that's okay. If this is the last time that we have an issue, I'm gonna call it really good. I really wanted to get. It's probably better that we did this now. I wanted to make sure that we could kind of help break this mod in and make sure that there's no other issues with the newer updates. But I'm thinking now everything should be perfectly clear. So there is one other mod I added. It has to do with the used truck dealer, because I think part of the reason why it was not updating is because of the way I installed the GDC mod. So I'll discuss more about the update mod when we get to looking at used trucks. We won't have it unlocked for probably a couple days. So there's really no use in kind of wasting time talking about it now. And it put us in a brand new Pete. Once we get to the destination, we'll take our snapshot there. I don't think we're going to come across any points on the map that'll be too visually appealing. And for those of you that like map mods, I was almost contemplating on adding Coast to Coast. I just could not bring myself to do it. I feel like that mod really requires the supporting mods to go with it, because the Midwest is so bare in that mod. Like, it's nice to be able to go through Alabama, go to Key West and Florida, kind of scroll up the East Coast, but like, you might drive 100 miles without hitting the next anything. Fuel station, rest stop, small city, big city. I really don't want to get into map mods with this profile. I would really like to showcase the maps, or the map, as SES intends. Now granted, we are using a mod for real companies and real gas stations, but when it comes to the map itself, I really want to focus on what we're given, and this is going to be relatable to pretty much everyone playing this game, whether you're using the mod or not. It's not going to change anything about how anyone else would play this sim. It's going to be the same. It's just if you're using map mods, you're obviously just going to be able to go farther than we can. not a big deal. I feel like when the other 3 states get released later this year, we're going to be really, really, really busy. Alright. So we're 2 miles out. It looks like our destination's on the right. So yeah, again, I apologize for the restart of the profile. That one's on me. Didn't really understand how to work the mod in before the profile started. Now I know. I'm actually going to walk someone else through it now that I understand it, so he doesn't make the same mistake as well. I gotta say, this Tobii head tracker is a game changer. So like I said, quick job tonight. We're just going to get the first delivery in, kind of show everyone how it starts. And then tomorrow, after I get home from the gym, I'll try to get some miles in. Like, I'd like to get 300 or 400 miles in, but I do have a sim race tomorrow night for the league that I'm in, and that will be my primary focus. I thought about streaming it, but it is my home track, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and unfortunately we are running the road course for hopefully the last time. And I suck at road courses. I just don't do well. I don't. Right turns, left, don't make sense when in a vehicle that's supposed to be going left, in my opinion. So, but I did turn some practice laps last night. I didn't look fast, but I did not look bad. It seemed like other people are having... Actually, I really need to turn here. Yes. Okay. I know others were doing worse than me. I can see on Discord 2 people are practicing right now. So, not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Let's see. Yep, that's where we're going. So basically, we're going to kind of line this up this way, because we have to set it right in why they would want it behind those bins seems completely stupid. Like, who in real life would ask for that? Out of all the places where you could put a trailer, it's like, oh, do me a favor. Put your truck somewhere where it physically does not belong. We couldn't come up with any more difficult spots for you to back into. See, and I mean, we're getting in there fine, but And normally I would try to use the mirrors for this, but I'm still working on the mirrors, getting them lined up correctly. And for the purpose of this one, I didn't have time to adjust the mirrors. I'm not going to spend the time to do that on video. But as you guys can see, oh yeah. You know what? If they're happy with it, I think we'll be happy with it. So what I'll do is I will get our screenshot real quick. And about the only complaint I have with I could probably do that. If we open the gallery, yeah, it's not really going to let us edit it. That's fine. Alright, so green means they're happy, which means we're happy because we are getting paid. And I don't remember if I covered this in the initial set of videos, but when you start out, you do have $1,500. So we now have $1,573. That's why it takes so long to break that $10,000 mark. I will show you guys the jobs that we can get. That way you guys can kind of see what it looks like. You absolutely have to embrace the suck when it comes to the start of this profile with the mod. Our Podunk headquarters, barely big enough for one truck and trailer. I am going to get truck yards. There's like a Matt VT something. He has mods for truck yards. We're going to get a couple. I would like to find out how I could get the viewers of this channel to vote on which yards you guys favor. But we will get some. It will just be later on the channel. They cost a little bit of money. So I'd like to see a little bit more viewership out of the channel before I start spending money on it. But yeah, this is us. So check our emails. So okay, so it says used trucks are available. So we'll look at used trucks. Okay. And yeah, so those are like relatively new. Those are all relatively new trucks. There's not really any of these that have high miles or are affordable. I am hoping that as this updates, we will get more affordable trucks, because with the mod that we are using, that should happen. If not, I will have to talk with Busy and Broke and see if I need to pull the other mod out, because I'm not sure if it's incorporated in the new update, but I'll get that figured out. So, because at this current time we can't afford any of this, and there should be trucks with very high miles. So yeah. And then our other email is brand new Peterbilt and the bank. Our lovely friends at the bank. Let's check the bank out. So the loan offers did change. These will change again with later updates. They're just trying to figure out how they can get more than 10 options to work. So it's going to be a while. But I don't know if every level every level will get us each one of these offers, or if it will go up in increments. Like as level 2, $1,000, level 3 is $1,500. That's kind of what I'm talking about. That I don't know, so we will find out as this new profile grows. So, thanks for watching the video, and starting this week, we will work on hustling to getting our own truck once again. Thanks, and have a good night.